5.5 furlongs to cover for the 2001 Whitbread Gold Cup, and rather slow away was What's Up Boys, who jumped off towards the rear, but over the first fence, the last fling on the outside, with up the inside Jocks Cross, the Welsh national winner. Heidi is prominent too, also Pennybridge in the black sleeve jacket, and Shagreen towards the inner. Bow is on the outside of runners as they take the open ditch, the second fence, at which Kingsmark was very slow towards the back. Storm Damage is one of the back markers with no retreat as well. And up front, Shagreen, the rank outsider, has come through to show the way from Jocks Cross in second, and then Pennybridge and Bow out wide. They're followed by King's Cherry in the last fling, and then Heidi, and up the inside Scotton Green. Next is Frenchman Jeddah, followed by Dark Stranger. Brow Joshi wide of the Land Agent. What's Up Boys recovering from the slow start on the outside. Then Samuel Wilderspin and Mighty Moss, and Ad Hoc and No Retreat is still just the back marker. As they run downhill and on towards fence number 3, and Shagreen by 2 or 3 lengths on the descent from Bow on the outside of Jocks Cross in second and third. Then Pennybridge is fourth, Heidi on the inside of King's Cherry, then Scotton Green in the last fling, and Dark Stranger double thriller up the inside as they clear this one. And the leaders sail over. Folly Road was very awkward, but they're all over safely. Looking to the midfield, Jeddah still in the midfield with Dark Stranger, Folly Road, the Land Agent, then Arctic Camper midfield too, from Addington Boy and Samuel Wilderspin. And What's Up Boys on the wide outside from Storm Damage next, then Ad Hoc and Brow Joshi and Mighty Moss as they cleared the first down the back straight, and they all land safely. King's Mark is one of the back markers with Mr. One and No Retreat over the next plain fence. Shagreen took it again in front, and there'll be about 25 lengths covering the lot of them. This is an open ditch now. Shagreen by a couple of lengths to Bow, a good jump in second. Pennybridge is next. Heidi made a slight mistake there in about 7th or 8th place as they continue on towards the water jump. And Shagreen, Jocks Cross over on the far side as we look at them. Bow on the near side, red sleeve jacket, Pennybridge. Out wide is King's Cherry as they take this one. The chasing pack are headed by Heidi and then Double Thriller. And the last fling with a white face as we look down on them as they approach the 3 railway fences, and Shagreen is going to take the first of them in front from Jocks Cross and Bow. Then Pennybridge in 4th place, Double Thriller is 5th. Next is Scotton Green towards the inside, followed closely by King's Cherry, the last fling. Heidi was after these. Then Jeddah in midfield still from Arctic Camper as they take the last in the back straight, and a slight mistake there by Scotton Green, who hit it hard. Amongst the back markers, the last 7 or 8 include What's Up Boys, Samuel Wilderspin, also Storm Damage, Mighty Moss right out of the back door at the moment. Also towards the rear, Mr. One, No Retreat, and Kingsmark, and Mick Fitzgerald are last of all, confirming that Bow went off the 7-2 favourite to repeat his win in this race 12 months ago as they make the run towards the pond fence. And it's Shagreen away to the left. Bow with the white face, very handy indeed. Mick Fitzgerald is giving Kingsmark reminders towards the rear. Doesn't seem to be travelling at all at the moment as they head towards the pond fence, and this is the 11th this time. It'll be 3 out after another circuit, and the leaders all sail over safely, and it's still Shagreen having his moment of glory here in the hands of Jim Cullity, riding for Howard Johnson, who won this race in 1994 with Usher's Island, but last year's winner Bow is right alongside as they take the next. Jocks Cross chases these from Pennybridge, 3rd and 4th, and then behind these is the last fling. Jeddah improving a bit towards the outside, followed by Folly Road in a light blue jacket. Towards the inner, Scotton Green, and then Double Thriller as they take what will be their last next time in at the top. A mistake, a faller. King's Cherry and Brow Joshi was interfered with. Horse and rider are up on their feet. Okay, Liam Cummings and King's Cherry. Bow takes over, passing the judge. A circuit to go from Shagreen. Then Jocks Cross. Up the inside, Scotton Green is moving well. Pennybridge is 5th, then Double Thriller and Jeddah in the last fling, and Folly Road and What's Up Boys out wide. Arctic Camper the inside of Ad Hoc, followed by Heidi, and then Samuel Wilderspin and Addington Boy up the inside as they make this turn once again. And Carl Llewellyn asserts, as he did last year on Bow, with Brow Joshi there right out the back at the moment as they run downhill towards fence number 14 of the 24 they have to cross in all. and getting a bit more strung out now. No retreat, struggling towards the rear. Down the hill they go then, and it's Bow from Scotton Green with Shagreen and Penny Bridge. Then Arctic Camper and Jocks Cross. As they take this one, the leader slightly away to the left. Addington Boy, a slight mistake on the inside, but they're bunching up front as they enter the back straight. 7 fences down here to take, and it's Bow under an 11 stone 10 top weight from Penny Bridge in second. Then Scotton Green the inside. What's Up Boys now making good headway. The grey on the outside goes up into about third place. The well-handicapped horse, as they take the first down the back. Last year's runner-up Folly Road is into fifth. Then Ad Hoc making good headway. Jeddah is close up, then Heidi as they take the next plain fence. They're chased by Arctic Camper. Plenty still standing here, plenty in with chances as they head towards this next open ditch. Another sound jump from Bow in front. A mistake by Heidi there. A faller back in the field is Jocks Cross. It looks as though the last fling might also have gone at that as well as they head back towards the water jump. And it's Bow from Penny Bridge in second. What's Up Boys lands third. Scotton Green, Folly Road, Ad Hoc going well on their heels. They are chased hard by Heidi, who's made 1 or 2 mistakes. Then Dark Stranger. Jeddah still just about in touch from Double Thriller. A gap to Arctic Camper at the first of the railway fences. Bow rather dived at that. A gasp went up from the crowd as they go towards the middle of the 3. And Bow leads by a couple of lengths. What's Up Boys, the grey in second, looking a big danger. Scotton Green on the inside. Penny Bridge, Ad Hoc still coasting in behind them as they jump the last on the far side, at which What's Up Boys jumped to the front there on the outside of Bow, but they go head-to-head, leaving the back. Penny Bridge, Ad Hoc, Ruby Walsh sitting still on him. Then Folly Road from Scotton Green. Then behind these is Double Thriller as they now make the long run towards the pond fence, which is 3 from the finish. Chasing up the leading pack is Heidi, and Dark Stranger under a strong ride as well as they head down towards 3 out, and it's What's Up Boys and Bow. They're chased in third by Ad Hoc, last week's Scottish National runner-up, running another cracker, and he's still cruising in behind the 2 leaders. They're followed by Folly Road and Scotton Green at 3 out. It was What's Up Boys from Bow, but Ad Hoc seems to be coasting as they run towards the final turn, and Richard Johnson says go now on What's Up Boys. Bow is flat-footed second, but here comes Ad Hoc and Ruby Walsh in second place now as they jump the second last. What's Up Boys is tackled by Ad Hoc. They feared he wouldn't handle the ground. He's bouncing off it as they run towards the final fence, and Ad Hoc under a featherweight comes to take it up from What's Up Boys. They're clear of Bow at the last fence. Ad Hoc is over 4 to 5 lengths. Then What's Up Boys in second, Bow back in third, Scotton Green and Penny Bridge, and racing up the hill it's the improving 7-year-old Ad Hoc and Ruby Walsh scattering away to win the Whitbread. In second place, What's Up Boys running on the spot, but finishes second. It's going to be tight for third. Bow is very tired and is collared by Scotton Green with Dark Stranger in fourth. Fifth was Bow. Then came Penny Bridge and Folly Road. Mr. One was next from Heidi. Double Thriller, Brow Joshi. Then Storm Damage. Behind Storm Damage, King's Mark never did a tap. Then Samuel Wilderspin. A lot of the others pulled up, no retreat, and Addington Boy and the Land Agent also pulling up. Shagreen, the early leader, and Jeddah in the end as well. And Arctic Camper seems to have come to grief on the way round. But no grief for this fella. Ad Hoc continuing the magnificent form of trainer Paul Nicholls. Runner-up a week ago behind Jean Jambre in the Scottish Grand National up at Ayr. Possibly slightly better suited by this shorter trip today. It looked as though the rain has scuppered his chances, but now that his jumping is sorted out, another good jump at the final fence. Already had the race won at this point, because in second place What's Up Boys was getting very tired. Back in third at this stage, though he loses that position in the end, was last year's winner Bow, who'd run another game race, but with 11 stone 10 he too got very leg weary. But off just 10 stone 4, this progressive 7-year-old who had no end of jumping problems earlier in the season has really got his act together in the latter stages of the campaign. Second in the Scottish Grand National, first in the Whitbread Gold Cup.
Ad Hoc, a 16 to 1 chance when betting opened earlier in the week, a 14 to 1 chance with Ladbrokes and with a tote, and generally 12-11